Hey guys, MeerHut here. Today I'm in my alternate testing world because I needed a snowy tundra. So you guys have seen, my recent videos where I've been, going ahead and showing you guys how to kill the wither. And then me and Jax got together and we did the wither containment system. And Skippy asked if he could showcase it, and let him showcase it, and all those videos. Go check them out if you haven't seen them already. But it started me thinking that we needed a way to get wither skulls. So I looked around on YouTube and I found a couple of different farms. I found Silent Whisperer had an interesting design. That's what part of this is based off of, the spawning platforms at least. Pretty much nothing else, but the spawning platforms, yes. I even found a wolf-powered farm, a dog-powered farm. You guys got to check that out. It's by a guy named Craft Artist. And it's super funny. Very efficient, but you need about 100 wolves. But if you want to build that as a gimmick, I think it's pretty cool. And one thing that all of them seemed to have in common was that you couldn't turn them off. So if you tried to build it in a server, you can only run the farm for about 5 minutes, and then you had to go back over to the overworld and somehow turn all the portals off yourself, or else you're going to lag out your server with all the strays constantly going in the nether. So this is, where I had my idea of creating a stray farm with an on-off switch. So I'm going to show you guys how it works real fast. I went ahead and created a little, walkway up here. Okay, show you guys can do this in survival. From the spawning platform, or from this spawning platform and the glass above it, you go up 23, and that's where I put my little. I don't really want to call it AFK because you only can be there for 5 minutes, but the waiting platform. You can use glass with vines, that's what I was doing, and I kind of broke some of the vines, but or you can use a solid block or scaffolding or however you want to get up there. I went ahead and used glass because that helps with spawning, sort of, question mark. Put these command blocks here just to show you guys what they are. This teleports me to the portal to the nether that is away from the farm. That way you don't get trapped in there with all your strays. So I went ahead and created that. Of course, in survival, you guys would just fly over there with your elytra. I made a command block for day and night, and I made a command block to turn mob spawning on and off. Okay, just kind of give you full disclosure of what I've gone ahead and done. So we're gonna go ahead and make it nighttime and show you how this farm works. So on one side you have a switch, on the other side you have a button, and I went ahead and put signs there. This will light all the portals and put your water in the middle. And so we'll go ahead and flip that. And then this, you have to turn that off, by the way, to turn the water off. And then after you turn the water off, this will douse the portals. Okay, so I'll show that real quick just so you can see how it works. Turn that off, the portals will stay on, but the water will go away. There it goes. And then this will turn all the portals off. You'll see a light go out because nether portals give off light. Pretty cool. That light is caused by the glowstone that I have. So we'll go ahead and relight it again. I'm going to turn mob spawning on just so I can show you how this farm works. So you'll climb up however you decide to get up here, your scaffolding or whatever. And essentially, I'd do this during the day, and I'd wait for nighttime myself. That's what I would do. So let's turn mob spawning back on. And let you guys know, inside this perimeter of glowstone, I went ahead and I half slabbed just about everything I could, and that was to keep rabbits or polar bears from spawning. I only wanted strays in this area. The number 23 that I got to be up here, I used Fizz Cannon's Chunky Torch and kept going up until all I saw was a red circle below me. And any higher and that red circle started to go away, which meant that mobs would not spawn directly beneath me. And any farther down and it just, basically do the same kind of thing, but in reverse. So this is the optimal place to be. This farm is not quite as, it doesn't quite produce as many skulls as the Silent Whisperer one does, but this one you can turn on and off. So I think it's a little bit better in that regards, so that you won't lag out your world or server. This farm is 89 by 89, and then I did a 5-block gap and I put the first ring of glowstone, and then I did a 14-block gap and I did a second ring of glowstone. That means absolutely nothing's going to spawn in this area but the strays, okay? Now I'm not going to run this farm for the full 5 minutes, okay? We're going to go ahead and turn it off right now. And I will show you again how to turn off the farm. Give it just a second to push all the rest of the strays into the nether. Alright, turn that off and then hit that button, okay? It's a button on this side just because, you know, this is dousing the portal, so it pops the water on, pops the water off, whereas this can be more of a solid signal because it lights it and pushes out the water, and then you flip it and it sucks the water back in. So that's why the difference right there. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and actually make it day, and then I'm going to teleport to my nether portal, which is right over there. I think you could almost, no, you can't see. I put signs in the sky. So here we are, and we're at the nether portal. Come on inside, and we'll turn around, and a little bit of lag, but only lasts for like a second. Just means the nether takes a second longer to load. I'll show you guys how to make the splash chamber in the end, but for right now I just want to shoot these snowballs at them, get them all off the right there. Okay, there's still another one. Come on. I think I see a pigman in there. Oh, come on. That is the most stubborn pigman on the planet. Okay, I thought I had him. Come on, dude. Okay, perfect. So that was just 2 dispensers down below that are shooting snowballs to help kind of prompt them all in to getting right here. That's, you know, not too bad for only a few minutes. Right here I have my little station for the charge creeper. You guys, you know, can go ahead and get your own charge creeper and put them in here however you guys see fit. That would make this tutorial way longer to show you guys how to do that. So I just have a command block set up that's just going to put one right there for me. Grab minecart. We'll go ahead and put it in right here. There he goes. I went ahead and have a barrel set up. Oh, I had a barrel set up with everything in it. That's okay. All you really need is this right here. You could do a splash potion of healing on these guys right here, and that will produce for you your slowness arrows once you blow them up. We're going to go ahead and ignite this guy right here. Boom! Alright, now let's break this block and then see what we have. And then I'll put that block right back, because I'm going to show you guys how to make this chamber here at the end. At least this part of it, and of course if you want to just look at how I did this, that's about it on that part of it. So just in a couple minutes, we got over a stack of skulls. A stack plus some on bones and arrows. So let's go ahead and kill that. So that's how the farm works. And really quickly, guys, I did the 5-minute testing all the way through, and on normal, this is what we produced. We produced a little over 4 stacks of skulls, bones, and arrows, and about close to 2 stacks of slowness arrows. I heard a rumor that ice, you know, made strays spawn faster or whatever, and that really wasn't exactly the case. A little over 2 stacks of slowness arrows, a couple more skulls, roughly the same amount of bones and arrows. And then this was with, my idea was like, what if I, you know, lit the creeper and then really switch, you know, quick switch to a looting 3 sword? Would that make much of a difference? And the answer is not a lot. Okay, maybe a couple more skulls. You know, we got close to 5 stacks there, but I don't think the sword had anything to do with that. That was just spawning. The sword would really had to do with these, you know, arrows and these bones, and it wasn't too terribly much to, you know, try to do do that switch. But if you want to try it, go ahead. It'll give you a couple more bones. It'll give you a couple more arrows. But yeah, that was the full test. So pretty much go back to the normal. That's just, you know, a little over 4 stacks, between 4 and 5 stacks of skulls, and that's what you can expect from this farm, aside from the fact that you can turn it on and off. Okay, let's go build it. Okay guys, here we are right back where we started. And just to show you how this farm kind of works a little bit from the inside, and what I'm going to show you, I kind of like to stand by the front of the farm. Okay, so at varying intervals in between this this platform right here, which is 7 blocks wide, okay, we have our water dispensers. Now it's mostly every 4 blocks until you get to this last portal here. That's when things had to change just a little bit to make sure that the mobs weren't running directly into this pillar and staying there, because we need them to get off this platform and into the nether as quickly as possible to get out of the mob cap so more things can spawn. On the edges here, you'll see this will be the dispenser that will put out the nether portal, and this is the one that will turn it on. Up above on our spawning platforms, again, I'm going to show you how to build one slice of this, but this is using the silent whisper technique, and that is a solid block, an air block or air gap, and then a glass block. That way things that try to spawn right here can't, and they just immediately fall down. Okay. The only way strays are going to get stuck in this farm is if you are very, 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 very unlucky and they fall down and immediately turn and get in the middle. And then depending on where they fall in the middle, they could get stuck. I've seen that happen one time out of 24 tests that I did, so not very often. You just have to be very unlucky for that to happen. I'm going to show you how to build one slice of this, okay? And that'll be basically one set of portals, the other set of portals with the platform in between, exactly as it's shown right here. Connecting all of them up is just simple redstone, but I will fly over that, slowly so that you guys can kind of look. I'll do that at the end. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is the blast chamber inside. Okay, we'll also go over really quick this left side over here, because all of these light on, I'd say, the right side and douse on the right side. Same thing here, same thing, all the way down. But on your very first one, you need to basically put a lighter and a dowser on this side to light your first portal. So I'll go over that really quickly after I show you how to build this first little platform here. So let's go on and get on with the tutorial. What you'll need is you'll need to start off by building your nether portals, which are all 23 by 8. That gives you a 21 by 4 interior area. And I've gone ahead and marked off right here the starting spot, and so this is 1, and it goes all the way through till 23, which is right here. Okay, and that's going to be one portal. Okay, you're going to go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then it's going to go back that way to close off the portal. And then from here, this is already 1, so just go over by 22 this time, and you'll have your other little arm, and so on and so forth. And I'll bring you guys back when I have that built. Again, you're going to want 2 sets of these portals, and you're going to want them to have a 7-block gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 7-block gap with 2 sets of portals. See y'all in a second. Okay, at this point you should have your 2 portals, or 2 lines of portals already gone ahead and built. Again, those are 23 long by 6 tall, which gives you an interior area of 21 by 4. Okay, you're gonna have that linked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and that will have the 7-block gap in between. So the next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and build our interior platform, which is again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long, and it's going to go all the way down. That only needs to be on the inside. You're going to go ahead and let me block some glass. You're going to go ahead and put the glass down right here. Okay, and you can put that on the front and back the same way, and then you can go ahead and close off the left and right sides of your portal with glass. 2, 3, 4, and do that all the way down. I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to go ahead and put markers where I need to put the dispensers, because I want to kind of cut down on how terribly long this video is going to wind up being. And I want to make this as easy for you guys as humanly possible. So I will go do that, and we'll see you in just a second. Okay, so we've gone ahead and put the glass on this side, but of course this would just be another slice, another slice, another slice. So just keep that in mind. Went ahead and put the glass on this side, and then of course the front and back. And that's 1 block above the floor, going all the way to the top of the farm. This part is just closing up the open area. And again, this glass, you actually have another slice beside however many slices you wanted, up to 10 slices wide. But for this purposes, I'm just showing you the 1 slice. I'm going to show you how to wire up this right here, 1 slice, and then I will show you how to put everything on the other side as well, as if you were on this end slice here, where you get to fire on the left and the right, as opposed to this slice and every one to the right of it, where you're only firing off the port on the right, and this one goes to the port on the right, and this one goes to the port on the right, and you guys get it. So I'm going to show you guys real quick the placement of the dispensers in this configuration. They're kind of wonky at the end, but that's just to make sure, again, that the strays don't get stuck on any of these pillars here. So starting off, we're going in 2 blocks. On the 3rd block, you're going to put a dispenser. Then you're going to have a 4-block gap. On that 5th block, you're going to go ahead and put a dispenser. And then again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And it pretty much keeps going like that all the way until you get to right here, this point right here, which is on the 3rd, 1, 2, 3, yeah, the 3rd portal right here. So let's go ahead and count that again. So 3rd block in, and then every other one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After that 12th dispenser, which would, everyone has been every 4 blocks, right? You're going to go ahead and put a 2-block gap and then put 1. Then a 3-block gap, put 1. Then a 4-block gap, and then a 4-block gap, and then a 2-block gap, and a 4-block gap. Okay? And that makes all the water, when it comes up, absolutely perfect to not get you stuck specifically on this one. I had a bit of an issue with the water on this pillar right here. And you guys can play with it in your own worlds, kind of move it around by 1 or 2, and see what you can come up with. I went ahead and put a dispenser facing out right here at the beginning of every portal. That will be your water. Okay? And that's at the beginning of every portal. So again, assuming that this is the front, looking this way, that's going to be water. That's going to be flint and steel. Again, the beginning of a portal, that's water, and so on and so forth. The only rule with the flint and steel is that you put it across from a water dispenser. Okay, so I went ahead and put it again, across from this one, and I put this flint and steel dispenser across from this one, and again, that's facing, out towards the portal, just like the water dispenser. Okay, and yeah, that's the only rule with the flint and steel. And that's just for wiring purposes. It makes it easier. And then this one's across from there, okay? All right, so at this point, you're gonna have to dig down. And what I like to do is I like to dig down right here, okay? And then go all the way down, because right now you're going to be wiring up the water, okay? So the dousing the portal system. So you're gonna dig all the way across on this lane. Dig, 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 dig. And what we need is the last water portal. So sometimes you're going to have to pop up and then pop back down just to see exactly where you're at. That's not the last water. I believe this is the last water portal. So, if you're in survival, just... Wow, that was silly. Pop up and just make sure, okay, that's going to be the flint and steel, and this is the last water. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and put that block back real fast. And we're going to start wiring. So you're going to need, first put a block underneath all of your water dispensers, okay? And then when you get underneath a flint and steel dispenser, which we're not going to fill yet, because we're playing with redstone now, we're going to go ahead and build a little, 3 across and 1 down, okay? And that's so that the redstone for this can go across while the redstone for your water will go underneath. And that'll make sense here in just a second. So this one's a water, the next one's going to be a flint and steel. Right underneath it. 1, 1, 2, and then one underneath. Perfect. And then that's a water. And then this one's going to be a flint and steel. So again, 3, and then 1. And then this one's going to be a water. Okay. Now we're going to take out some of our redstone components here. We're going to get in our inventory those 3 little guys right there. Okay. Now I want to make sure that everything's working, so I'll go ahead and put down a torch. And the first thing I'm going to do is put down a dust, which is eventually going to wire up to the bigger system. But you can throw in a repeater. And then we're going to go dust, 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 dust down, dust back up, dust all the way to the end, and a repeater. And then again, you guys can tell that this isn't working all the way, so you have to throw in an extra repeater. Okay? And that's why I went ahead and threw down the torch, so that you'd absolutely tell where you needed to go with this. So I'm going to throw down dust, 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 come down into the little trench there. Go all the way across with a repeater going into that block, and you're going to need a repeater, we'll say right there. Okay, same thing all the way down. The redstone for this is actually not super complicated. It's actually really basic redstone. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and throw a repeater right there. Okay, perfect. Now, on all these little trenches, now that you're already through here, I would first, you should spam torches all the way down here. If you have enough torches for every single block, then I'd do that. That just makes sure the bunnies don't, spawn underneath here. But then you're going to need to go ahead and put a block underneath your flint and steel, and then a block right there. Okay? And you'll save that for later. But do that all the way down. So we're going to come here, block underneath where your flint and steel goes, and then a block right beside it. And now you can kind of see why we had to dig that little trench right there. Because we needed to be able to run redstone to the flint and steel, and then redstone to all the water dispensers, without having any of the redstone collude with each other. Perfect. And now we can go ahead and actually get rid of that torch. We'll put a couple more pieces of redstone out just to kind of get it out into the open here. And now we will go ahead and wire up the water. Now, when it comes to the water, you're going to go to the block right beside it, to the left. Okay, so all the water dispensers are right there. We're going to go right here. We're going to do the same kind of thing. We're going to dig this little trench, and we're going to go all the way down with it. And this is actually the water and the flint and steel. It's going to be the same redstone line, because we don't want 3 separate lines. Alright, so we're going to dig this all the way down, and we're going to go to the last flint and steel, which gotta come down here, and I see it. Okay, that's right there. And actually we're going to go to the last water, which is going to be right here. Perfect. Now underneath every single dispenser, you're going to put a block. Does not have to be an iron block, of course. It could be, any block that you are using, except for don't use anything Enderman can pick up, because Endermen are cruel, and I don't like them. So here we go. Just placing these blocks right underneath here. Again, this is very simple redstone. There's no comparators to deal with, no real clocks to deal with. Here we go. And right there. And one more. Okay, now the same thing we did before, we're going to throw in a torch, and this way we can see that everything is working as we're placing it. So we're going to go run this, and we're going to put the repeater down. And then out of the back of here, we're going to do the same thing. Put a repeater down. Always remember, just the redstone goes here, and the repeater goes against the block, okay? When it comes to these blocks right here, this is why you put the flint and steel across from a water bucket. You're going to run a repeater into that block and a redstone dust. Make sure it lights up and you're good to go. So keeping on dust, 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 repeater, dust, 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 repeater, dust, 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 repeater, and then of course we're right here, so we're going to put a repeater against that block with a piece of dust. Go again, dust, 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 a repeater, dust, 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 and repeater, so on and so forth. It's kind of repetitive, but I'm going to show you every single one when it comes to this, just because I want to make sure you guys get it right. And if you guys have any questions on this, I'm going to leave a link to my Discord. You guys can join the Discord, ask me all the questions you want. You can get a more detailed response in Discord than you can on a YouTube comment. If you have any really simple questions, though, go ahead and leave the comment. But anything far more detailed, go ahead and join my Discord. We can talk one-on-one. We can DM there. Dust and Peter. Now you see right here, that was a flint and steel, but it wasn't part of that trench line, so we didn't actually go ahead and put a block there yet. So we're going to go ahead and throw a block right there. We're going to throw a repeater behind it and a piece of dust. Perfect. And then dust, 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 and repeater. Perfect. Now everything is wired up. Again, spam torches right here. That's what I would do. We're going to come down, and we can go ahead and bust this. I'm going to put a couple pieces of redstone. And now we can commence the filling process. So I've gone ahead and filled them all. And again, water down the middle, water at the beginning of all the portals, and then flint and steel in the middle right there. And I'm going to show you guys how I went ahead and wired it up, okay? This can just be a button, all right? It doesn't require a whole lot. And so we just put a button down right there. But for dousing the portals, it did something a bit different, okay? And so what I went ahead and did, let's get rid of some of that, okay? So I put down an observer, okay? And then I put down, I need a block. There we go. Put down a block, and I put down a sticky piston. Because you need to douse the portals, you really want to pop the water out and then pull the water right back in, okay? So this basically allows us to do that. So I'm gonna put one dot of redstone back here so that you guys can kind of see what it does. Okay, maybe two, just so you can see the line go on. So you push that button and it lights again, okay? Because the observer sees the block coming in front of it, and then it also sees it going away, and it gives a redstone pulse for both. So we're going to go ahead and try to turn on the portals first. Now again, this is one slice, so I'll go ahead and actually light these ones for it. So, see what I did? You gotta be careful. And it brought me down to this weird end portal that it came up with. Give it just a second for the lag to figure itself out. Okay, perfect. When you're dealing with this many portals, you do get a little bit of lag, but that went away real fast. Alright, so let's light that one. Come on, you. And that one. And the end one, just because it affects how the water comes in. Okay? And I'll show you how to, make that end slice to light that by itself. Okay? So this button should release our water and light our portals. So here's crossing our fingers. Make sure that we did everything correctly. Jump up here. Alright, perfect. It lit all of our portals and went ahead and put the water out. And as you can tell, the water is, you see the little lines that's pushing it away from all the columns. And especially this one right here, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt to figure out. And perfect. Again, along the middle there should be a dead space or two, which is why one of your platforms is going to go right across the middle. That way nothing actually can fall down right in the middle, and that solid block will protect your source blocks of water from turning into ice like you see happening underneath there, because I didn't put it down fast enough. So that's great. Stop that. And now that's going to be an empty bucket of water, so let me fix that real fast. Actually, we'll turn off the farm first, and then we'll fix that. Alright. So now this should give us that 2 quick pulses of water. And then we'll click that, and that's going to get rid of the water for us. Perfect. Okay. Now let's go fix this spot down here where it should turn to ice. So there you go. Before you test the farm, make sure you put that line of solid blocks above the middle strip first, because I did not do that, and I should have. Check our other water, make sure nothing else. Okay, perfect. Alright guys, so that is one slice. And it's a slice out of the middle, so it's assuming that you had something going on this side. But like I told you before, when you get to the end, you do need to be able to light the left and right. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. It's much the same. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab a dispenser. And your dispenser is going to go right across from the end dispensers on the other side, just to make things easier. So come in here, right there, and right there. Try and do this as quickly as possible because I don't want this video to be too terribly long, but it is quite a big farm, so here we go. Perfect. Alright, and then the wiring up is actually pretty identical. You guys could probably figure this out on your own, but I'm going to show you anyway. Okay, so again, like I said before, you're going to have the water. So let's go ahead and get all the redstone components. So we're going to get dust, repeater, and torch. Absolutely perfect. And we're going to grab a block, and we're going to go put this right here, and we're going to make sure that we have everything going correctly. So that goes right there with a repeater. Okay. And they're going to come down here, and that's fire. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and make our little trench. Oops. Right there. We're going to go ahead and surround that to make everything all nice and pretty. Perfect. And so that the next one will be your water, which is right here. The repeater will go into it, and dust is going to go right down here, right down into that trench. I'm going to knock this out too, just to have the visual be a little bit better. There we go. And of course you see it's not going to make it all the way down, so you're going to put a repeater somewhere before there. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and throw blocks in here. Right there, okay. And we're going to come down, and this right here. So we're going to knock these 3 out, knock these 3 out, and that one. And we're going to go throw dust down. Had that selected. Grr. Arg. Alright. We're going to go all the way down. And that should be the water dispenser. Perfect. And that's going to be a repeater, which is going to face that way. And of course, again, you'll need to put a repeater somewhere before that to make sure it makes it all the way through. We're going to come down here, and this is going to be flint and steel. So we're going to go ahead and go down into the trench, come up, put a block down there, put your repeater down, and then somewhere before that, right, oh, I think that's too close, so I'm just going to kind of go behind it a little bit. As long as it lights, you're fine. And then this is going to be your flint and steel. But this one, you don't have to worry about any redstone going across, so we're going to go ahead and put that there. Dotted redstone dust. We're going to come back to the next flint and steel, and we're going to go ahead and put that wiring in. So put a block underneath it, then a block and a block. And this one's going to be a repeater, and this one's going to be a dust. Okay? And again, like I said, the water dispensers are already wired, so we're just going through and getting the flint and steel ones. So put a block underneath the dispenser, block there and there, repeater, dust. So you see how the dust is going to, go this way and that way? It's exactly what we want it to do. So here, actually I get on this side of it. Don't want to trap myself. And dust. Perfect. And that should be it. So now all we need to do is fill it, and I will do that and be right back. Okay, I went ahead and put all the flint and steels and the waters right where they needed to go. And all we need to do now is just kind of connect this with that, and so we'll just go up to accomplish that. All right. So we're going to throw this down. We're going to grab some dust, and then we're going to go up one more and kind of across, just so I can show you how this goes. So we'll do this, and there we go. Perfect, and that should reach without a problem. So now to light both sides, it lights both sides and fly. Okay. It puts all the water down the middle, and then you click it again, and that's going to turn all the water off. There we go. And then to douse the flames, to douse the portals, you just click that right there. Absolutely perfect. Now, as far as these spawning platforms go, you're going to go ahead and go on top of every portal frame and then every other block. Boom, boom, boom. A 3-high wall on top of the portals, and of course the front and back. And so every other block you're going to put a row of solid blocks, then an air gap above it, and a glass block above that. And that goes all the way down. And I wired all of the slices together, starting from the middle, and I kind of went out left and right from there. Okay? And they're all wired together just with redstone and repeaters. That's it. So on the lighting, using the water, you activate that redstone dust right there, which goes this way, and it goes just to repeaters left and right, and it steps down before every single slice. Okay, and then repeaters as necessary to make sure the signal goes all the way down, and then the same thing underneath. Okay, there's that same observer with the block and the piston, and that goes to that central point. It goes left and right, repeaters as necessary, and just connects all the way down. So nothing really complicated right there. You should be able to figure it out just by looking at me flying around. So let's go over here, and again that went this way, peaks right into there, and repeaters everywhere that's necessary in order to make sure that the signal gets where it needs to go. As far as this goes, I just went the easy route, the super easy route, and had observers. So this observer is going to send a redstone signal to there. So all those are going down. Boom, 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 boom. There's its face, so it sees that redstone light up all the way down. Repeaters as necessary, redstone dust as necessary. Water and light, okay? That's a switch, so it just gives that one pulse, okay? One pulse and turns everything on. You flip that switch again, turns everything off. And then for dousing the flames, you kind of want that, that back and forth, the 2 pulses, so that's why it's a button. Easy peasy, guys. Made a little staircase, made it out of glass. So this is the last little piece that I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you, how I constructed this little blast chamber, just so you guys can kind of do it, correctly, and in a way that's not going to get yourself blown up. So we'll start off on this end. I just have a row of blocks with some powered rails, okay? You're going to drop your charge creeper in here. I might make a tutorial on how to do that later, but for now, just that's where it goes. but you have a row of, power rails right there. So you can just throw a minecart right there, and it'll immediately go scoop up your charged creeper. I went ahead and put, regular rails. You go up 2 steps. 1, 2. And it kind of goes around the corner, drops down to right here. This is about as close as I can get this redstone block without it blowing up. And I put powered rails on, and it's going to drop down this hole. Behind the portal, of course, like I said, is going to be right behind these 2 blocks right here. Dispensers facing into the portal filled with snowballs. Just put a couple of dots of redstone and a button or a lever, and that'll go ahead and shoot your snowballs. So I can break that and I can show you, snowballs. You can kind of see it going out the corner of my screen right there. Okay. Now, for ease of use, I've gone ahead and put these command blocks here just so that you can kind of see. All this is obsidian, but when it's made out of quartz, you kind of can see the blocks a little bit better. So the portal is right here, and that's surrounded by an obsidian hole. That command block didn't quite make it that high. And so you're going to make this little trough. So they come out of the portal, they see these buttons here, so they think they can go. You can also use trapdoors, okay? And they're going to fall down, okay? So these 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4 are obsidian. This block right here kept getting blown up, and it was glass, so I just turned it into obsidian. Otherwise, you can just use glass to kind of make sure they don't jump out, right? And this is in line with the bottom of the portal right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks down, and then you should put your little window right here. We did cause an explosion, so there's a couple of blocks missing. I'll replace those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks down. Then you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna have your little window, and then you're gonna have honey blocks. So let me go ahead and get in here. I have extra honey. I used slime, but I didn't like the bouncing. Okay. So you're gonna have honey blocks on top of fence posts, or cobblestone walls, should I say? Sorry. Whew, words. So honey blocks on top of there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the quartz block. That's gonna be all obsidian. Okay. So again, 5 blocks down. Air block, honey blocks, cobblestone walls, surround everything by obsidian, okay? Your drop for your creeper should only be 3. 1, 2, 3. That way it, survives the fall. Put that back. The creeper's feet have to be in line with your stray's feet. That way you blow everything up, and that's how they die. Creepers blow up from their feet, not their head. So if you did it the opposite way, well, nothing would happen. And you'd be very upset. And then I made a little staircase, and I made it out of obsidian so that I could just get up here and, hit it with the healing potion and then ignite the creeper, and everything blows up. So it's pretty nice. Go ahead and make it obsidian again. I'm going to show you how that works one more time, and then that'll be it. So I've got a command block here. It's going to basically deposit a charged creeper right there for me. I'm going to pick block this minecart, throw him down, and you see how he comes up, goes over, and falls right down that hole. Easy for him to get blown up right there without blowing you up. Even in survival mode, all that's going to happen is, actually I'll put it in survival just so that you guys can kind of see. / game mode survival. Okay, he is not going to kill you. Okay, you go up, you find him, you ignite him, and you step back. You're going to get bumped, and that's all that's going to happen. Okay, look around for random blown up blocks, because I've seen one where, like, that block right there will just like randomly disappear. So, and that's not a good time. Now I'll come up, and what I'll generally do is take a pickaxe, break that block right there, pick up all the jazz that I need to pick up, replace my honey blocks, place my obsidian blocks, boom, you're ready to do it again. Okay? So guys, I really hope you like this tutorial. I'm really excited about it because I haven't seen an auto on-off, or not auto, but a on-off stray farm for wither skulls yet. And so I'm super happy about making it. If you really liked the video, hit like, and if you want to see some more content, do hit subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000. See you guys next time.